Yes, after this point, it's going to be recorded now, and I will be posting that after we finish it. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and let's see what we have for today. Perfect. So that is my screen. I will go to the my PLTW. So that is our main page of the PLTW cybersecurity. I'm trying to get in. My internet is so slow nowadays. So perfect. We have 4 units only. It's a unit 1, 2, 3, 4. We are done with the 1 and 2. Now we are going to dive to the unit 3, which is network security. If you compare these 4 units, guys, unit 3 is a little bit more advanced than other than the rest of them. But I don't want to discourage you. I don't want to kind of put you in a stress. But yeah, if I compare with other units, it's a little bit advanced, but it's not that much advanced. It's not that much hard that you cannot learn or you will be struggling with that. I don't want to scare you guys, but the only thing is, guys, network is it's a huge. Some people are just doing a master's degree in the network field, or they have the bachelor degree in the network. So the network is a very wide, and the PLTW cybersecurity, they used to have much more details, much more units in the PLTW platform, but now they are just reduced all of them. So the news number one is, guys, so we shifted the A to B days. So we are going to meet like in 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and on Friday. So that means we have a lot of time. And plus the second term is in terms of days, it's much more longer than the first day. That means like we have a lot of days to cover all of them. So what we designed to do is we will be covering this network security for sure, but also I will be giving something extra which is not here in the cybersecurity, like in the PLTW, because whenever you will see, guys, so they will give you one topic, and the next topic it's something different, but the next topic they will assume that you already know something about the network, but they are not giving here. So that's why, guys, we will go one by one. We will do all activities, and also we will do something else to understand the system of the network, to understand how the network is working. How can I transfer one file from one location to another location in the safe mode, and so on and so on and so on. So if you'll dive inside, let me see, we have a lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. We have only 4 lessons, and now we are going to do lesson 3.1.1. It's commanding OS. So by the way, let me just get my blank page. And before that, guys, I just want to make sure that, guys, do you see my screen? Because I had the class this morning and my student, they didn't see the screen. So if you see my screen, can you put a couple thumbs up just to make sure that you see it? No, no thumbs ups. Oh, yes, perfect. I see it. Okay, that is fine. That is absolutely good. And thank you so much. So I will get my pen because I want to explain you something, guys. So by talking about the network, what is the network is? The network is it's the connection between at least 2 computers. If you have 2 different computers and if you have connections between them, we call it network. It doesn't have to be internet, which stands for international network. So if we have at least 2 computers which is connect to each other, we call it network. And time to time, guys, we are going to have more than 2 devices. So we have another device, we have another device here, we have another device here, and all of them somehow they are connected. So they are connected this way, they are connected that way, and that way as well. We are going to talk about the network topologies later on, which is not in the PLTW, what kind of connections we have. So that is a simple connection. So right now I have only 5 computers, but imagine that you have 50 computers. Imagine that you have 500 computers, even thousands of computers. So how can I get connected them? And what is the style? What is the system to get all of them organized in the proper way? We will talk about that later on, and So what is for today is like in general, we will go from the top and we will go in deep, like in a one by one. Imagine that you have one computer here, you have one computer here, one computer here, and you have a more couples computers in between. So we don't know how many computers we have, but the only thing we know that they are all connected to the one main computer. So in terms of to give the special name for that, we call it server. So the computer which is serves the other computers. Okay. So this is the computer A, and also that is a computer as well. So let me call it A, B, C, and let me call it Z because we don't know how many computers we have, and that is my server. Okay. And this server has a connection to that computer. It has a connection to that computers as well. Perfect. So basically, every single device they have operation system. So for example, if you're running the laptop Windows, it has operation system, MacBook operation system, Chromebook, tablets, iPhone, iPads, even the microwave, the smartwatch, even the refrigerator, because the refrigerator has another the operating system that operates some functions in that device. You see. So whenever we go individually for every single device, imagine that I'm talking about the laptop A, and which is, let me just give the brand, that is HP, and it runs the Windows 10. Okay. And to make it more fancy, that usually people can use it, they use the GUI, and the GUI stands for the graphic user interface. So I will put the GUI because usually people, whenever they use the laptop or whatever you use right now, you don't want to deal with the codes, or you don't want to see that boring black screen or like a blue screen. So the people, what they did, they just generated GUI, so it will be easy for us to click it, to watch something, to organize my folders, to see my files, to see my pictures, and so on and so on and so on. So those are the visual stuffs, but behind the visual stuffs we see some codes. Okay, so we can organize our folders using the GUI, or there is another option that I can use my commands. You see, so I will type something on my script, like on my screen, and I will say that, hey, take this folder and put it here, make a copy, delete this file, and so on and so on. So let me just dive into the virtual machine, and I will explain what I mean. So for example, here I am on my Windows platform. By the way, I just logged it here from here just to make it ready. Okay, so I click it on that one, PLTW Lab 311, and I have this my screen. But I don't know why they didn't put the background as a PLTW. That was a mistake. I just closed it and rebooted it again. It's still showing that way, which is absolutely fine. So you see, guys, I have some folders over here. I have some menus over here. If I click on that one, something is popping up. So it's all about visual. I can see what is going on over here, what kind of folders I have, what kind of files I have, and so on and so on and so on. So there is another way. Before that, you see, guys, so what I can do is I can move it here. I can just put it back. I can delete it. I can make a new folder. I can make a new picture and save to that folder. So I'm doing all of them by clicking, using my mouse, my keyboard. And also there's another way to make it. So if I put a CMD, let me call it CMD, it calls like the command prompt. You see, that is the command prompt. So right now I will be typing some commands that will be do exactly same stuff that I was doing here with my mouse. Okay, so we will compare that, and after that I will show you how we can use the command in other operating system. And by saying other operating system, I mean the Linux. And Mac, it has operating the common stuff as well, and other operation system, but this PLTW is focusing on the Windows and the Linux only. And we are going to discuss why we need it, and so on and so on. So for example, let's analyze. I am on my C drive, under the user, under the administrator. So if I click the CD and dot and CD dot, let me just do it, and I will explain what I'm doing right now. So I'm not sure how can I zoom it, because I'm trying to zoom it. Yes, perfect. So you see, guys, I am on my C drive. So that means if I click on my computer with the mouse, I can see my C drive. So if I want to see what is inside, I will type a dir, which stands for directions. Please don't, it's not typing. I don't like it, guys. So I will just keep it, zoom it in and zoom it out. So I do hope, guys, you see what I'm doing right now. It's not typing. Please don't do it. Why it's so... Let me just refresh it. So perfect. So right now I have my commands. What I can say that I will type the dir, which stands for directory. By the way, and we will talk about what is the meaning of the directory, what is the folder, and what is the file, and what's the difference between these three stuffs. So dir or that dir, it stands for directory. So if I click, it says that, hey, under your C, you have these folders. So I have the folders which it says logs, like the Perfox, logs, there's the users, Windows, and so on and so on and so on. So let's just double check it if that is right. What I'm going to do is I will go to my PC, I will go to my directory C, and it's the same. Let me just zoom, like close that one. You see? So whatever I see on my GUI, you see, I have these files and folders, and that is already listed on that side as well. So in which cases we need to use this command prompt? And the number one is it's efficient, like, so it's extremely fast. Sometimes you feel that your computer is getting very the fan is working, the CPU is down, or the RAM is overloaded. So do you feel that sometimes in your computer, whenever you want to delete or make new files, it goes like slowly, so something is getting struggling? But this command is doing very fast, so it's no delays. So you will just put some commands and it will show all of them. So the second plus is, I'm not talking about the pro and cons. The second plus is, imagine that you are here in the server and you are a guy that wants to secure your network and you want to log in one by one to every single computers. So for example, you want to check what happens on the computer A and you want to check what happens in computer B. Or imagine that you have one application, one software, and you want to install all of them one by one in each computer. So of course, you can go and do it with the GUI. You can just use the mouse and the keyboard, log into the computer A, make installation, log out, and log into the computer B, make installation. You see, it takes time. But if you use the prompt, you will just type a few codes, guys, and it will do fast for you. So it just save your time, it saves your energy, and it's much more efficiently. The only thing, the downside is it doesn't have those fancy colors and stuff. You see, so you are working with that black screen only. And also you need to know some codes. It's not a coding, it's not a kind of coding language like Python, Java, JavaScript. It's all about commands. And it's not that much like if you know, like in cybersecurity, if you know the basic about 15 to 20 commands, you are good to go. But of course, if you want to know every single command, it will be a little bit more. But I do believe it's not more than 100 different commands. So these 15 to 20 commands, it's usually good enough to connect your computer, to get the file, to delete the file, to make a copies, to analyze all of them. Okay, and we are going to cover some of them today. It's not that much. I have my list. It's about like 7 or 8 different comments, and we'll see what we have. Okay, so let me go back again, and I want to go to my desktop, but here it says that I'm not in my desktop. So what I can say that I will say, is it doing again, please? I will say cd users, because you see I have a users over here. If I the cd stands for the change directory. If I click on that one, it says that yes, you are on C and under the users directory. Let me CLS. The CLS stands for clean screen. You see, so if I press on that one, so my screen is clean right now. So let me look in directory again. What is the inside user? The inside user we have two folders only. We have administrator and we have a public. So I want to go inside the administrator. So let me do what you see. I just went to the user and we have two options only. And now I want to go inside my administrator. In the GUI, you just simply double click it. You see, I'm just double clicking that. Or in the command, what I need to say, that I need to say cd administrator. So right now I am inside my administrator. Perfect. So I'm inside. Let me see what is in. If I make a directory, it gives me all stuff that we see over here. And I will see cd desktop. So right now I am on my desktop, and let me just clean the screen, and I am here. Let me just close it because you know what is the difference between the GUI and the command. And so what we already learned, if you put the CD and that path, so it goes to that folder. And if you type the dir, like dir, it goes to directory. So let's imagine I want to make a new folder over here in the Windows. So what I can do is I will say that M MD. MD stands for make directory, like make folder. And we will talk about what is the directory and what is the folder just in a second. So make directory, and I will say test. So you see, I say MD, make a new folder, and the name of that folder is a test. You see, my test is not here yet. So if I click on the enter, please, why is doing so? Ah, MD test. You see, it made a new task for me. That is perfect. So right now, what I can do is I can make a new folder, I can make a new files, I can just see what is the directions and so on and so on. And also, let me just go back here again, and I will explain what is the directory and what is the folder and what is the file. So you know what is the folder? It's a simple. So the folder is just the organization that you have some the small files inside. So the file can be text, it can be video, it can be picture, or it can be any other stuff. So, and what is the directory itself? The directory is a system. It shows that how it was organized. So, for example, I can say that I have my computer. I'm very bad in drawing. I do hope you understand what I'm doing. Uh, so that is my computer. Inside the computers, I have two drives. So imagine that I have a drive C and I have a drive D. Maybe you have more drives. If you put your USB inside, like if you insert that in your computer, maybe you will say that, hey, I have my J drive as well. So you see, so those are the drives. So inside the drive, I have a couple folders. So inside that, I have my users and I have something else. So let me call it AA. And inside that users, you have Windows, you have an administrator. Inside the administrator, you have something else. You see, so we call it directory. It showed me the scheme. It showed me the system, how my file are organized. And later on, what we are going to do is we will get this file. We can make a copy, or we can just take it and put it on that drive. So basically, whenever we use that in the Windows, what we just do is we just click it, drag and drop from one location to another location. But we are going to learn that how we can make them in the command. Why in the command guide? Just keep in mind, I know you are asking yourself that what? Why we are learning that? It's extremely important if you are in the server and if you are the cybersecurity specialist, network specialist, guys, you need to know it because you will be having hundreds computers in your network and you need to log in one by one and make some operations. You will say that, hey, I found that file in computer 25. I want to take this file and send it to the computer 255. You see? So if you do that with the GUI, you need to log in. You need to wait when the Windows is booting. You need to get that copy. It will take a time. But if you know the codes and the commands, it will take a few seconds and you will do all of them very fast. So that was kind of introduction. So I will keep this, I will keep this command for the Windows for on the side. By the way, I didn't show you all of them. If you wonder, guys, there is a list of the commands. I just showed you like the main one. What is the directory? How to change the directory? How to change the clean the screen, and so on and so on. It's the basic ones, which is good enough for now. But of course, there's more different commands. They are available on the internet. I will give the list just in case if you need that in the future. But right now, what we are going to do is we are going to learn how to make a command on the Linux system. Oh, in the Linux, it's a little bit different. So right now, what we need to do is in this activity, we will go to the connection file folder, and we have alpha. So we have alpha, beta, and we have something else. So in activity 311, we are going to use that one. Perfect. So now you see how fast is that? Do you remember that when you need to go to your virtual machine, whenever you click on that, you need to wait for 4 minutes because that 4 minutes it's used to boot your operating system. But now I just make a one click and the command is ready now. So right now that is the Linux machine. And by the way, when I click it on that one, let me just get to my blank page. Right now we are, oh, oops. Right now we are on our computer and we are going to connect to the Linux. You see, I just made one click and my Linux is ready. I'm not seeing the GUI because we are not working with the GUIs. We will see how can I connect from my Windows to my Linux using the commands. So using the commands, I will get inside and I will see what we have inside the Linux. Okay, perfect. By the way, guys, Linux is gaining the popularity, and I cannot say most of the companies are using the Linux, but there's a lot of companies who are running the Linux system as a server and client as well. So let's say, so right now I am on my Linux system. I just want to mention about like, don't worry what is going on over here. Let's see what is here. I see the alpha. I see the add and I see the PLTW. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a little bit tiny. I'm afraid to make it zoom in because I'm not sure if I can back again. So let me just show it here. What does it mean? So right now, it was saying that it was alpha like that one. After that, it has add. I'm very bad in drawing. And after that, we have a PLTW. And after that, we have something else. So what does it mean? The first that we have alpha, it can be something else. So that is the user name. So that is the person who was logged in with the alpha user. It can be administrator or it can be your name. It can be ABC or whatever. So whenever you see something before add, you just you can understand that the alpha user is logged in. And what is the PLTW? The PLTW is the name of the machine. So we have a Linux machine. So that is my Linux. And the name of the computer, they call it PLTW. Okay, so it can be something else as well. So do you remember that in the beginning, I was giving some samples. We have a computer A, B, C, D. I just name it as A, B, C. So one of the computer, the name of the computer is a PLTW. And somebody log it in as alpha. Okay, so that is the name of the person and that is the name of the computer. Perfect. So you did it. Now, do you remember that in the Windows, in order to see the directory, what I need to do is I need to type dir, and I can see what is under the desktop because I'm in the desktop directory. But in the Linux, it's a little bit different. In order to see what is inside, I need to say ls, list. Ls stands for list. So if I click it on that one, it will show me something else. So right now on the Windows, it shows like up and down, all of them organize it, but here it's just listing them, all of them as a list. You see, so the blue stands as a folder, and the white it's just what do you call it? It's just a file. So we have a welcome txt, it's just text, and each of them are the folders. Perfect. So let me just go one more time. If I say ls, that's for the list. And also, you see, it's a little big mess over here. If I want to clean on the Windows, what I can say that CLS, excuse me. So the CLS stands for clean my screen. So if I enter it, so it is going to clean all of them. But here in the Linux, I need to say clear. So if I say clear, it is going to clear now. I know, guys, it's too much, or you will think that, how can I remember all of them? The only thing, guys, you need to practice. So we will give you some of them only, not all of them, because I'm not sure how many commands, but it will not exceed that 100 in total, but we will learn like not more than 10, because this 10 is essential that we need to know. Okay, perfect. So let me just list one more time, and we have different folders. What if I want to go inside the templates? You see, so right now I have a templates. So if you want to go to that directory, to that folder, so we need to say cd, which stands for change directory, and I will say templates. Oops, I misspelled. So right now I am on my templates. So cd and the name of that directory is the same as a window. So it's the same. So if I list it one more time, I will say ls, and I can see what is inside my templates. Okay, perfect. What if I want to go one up? I want to go to that position again. What I can say that, do you remember that in the Windows we had a CD and two dots? Oops, it made. So right now I will say change direction dot dot. And if I click it, it will go one up. It's not under desktop anymore. It's under the administration. It's almost same in the Linux. So what the only difference is I will see this space and dot dot. Yes, that is maybe confusing. So here we had a cd dot dot, but we have here a cd space dot dot. So if I click on that one, so right now I am on my alpha user. Perfect. So let me just list it one more time, and I can see what is inside. And also, there is another short ways to see what is in the templates. So if you are wondering what is under the music, what we need to do is we need to say cd music, enter, and after that list, enter. So there's two operations. So there is another short way that I can see what is inside the music. So I can say ls list music. So what I'm saying, my Linux, hey Linux, can you please list me whatever is inside the music? So if I click it on that one, and really, that means you see it didn't show me anything. That means nothing is inside the music. So let me say ls templates. It says that inside the templates we have a new, it's a file new, and old, it's old file. Perfect. So far so good, guys. Any questions so far before moving on? Let me
No,
put.
not
Okay,
no.
that is that is good. That is good. I'm trying to make it basic. I'm trying to make it more clear. And let's say, so what we are going to do is we already covered all of them. So this is my directory. It's just showing like the illustrated stuff. So right now, what we did is we log it to our machine. That is my Windows. And from my machine, I log into my PLTW, which is Linux. Okay, so that is the machine that we are using, and that is my Linux. So we did all of them. So we know what is the ls stands for. And after that, we learned what is the ls templates, and so on and so on and so on, and change the. If you want to go to that templates, we need to type cd, which stands for change direction directory. Perfect. So PWD, what is the PWD means is, so imagine that, let me just go to my CD templates, and let me just say that clear. I will explain what is the PWD means. So right now, imagine that we are inside of many folders. Imagine that you have a user, under user you have a templates, after templates you have something else, and after that you have something. But you want to see as as a one picture. So in which folders I am in right now. So basically, whenever you go to the Windows, if you click on that one, so let me just close activity file. If I just go here, you see, it says that, hey, right now on the Windows, you are under the user. Under user, you are the under the administrator. Under administrator, you are in the desktop, in the activity file. You see, it shows you the path that you are in. But here, how can I see on the Linux? So I will say the PWD. It will show me. It will say yes, you are at home. Under the home, you are in alpha, and under alpha, you are under the templates. You see, so it shows me the directory, the full directory that I am in right now. That will be a little bit important because in the other later activities that we are going to, I believe it was activity 3.2 or 3.3 and so on and so on, we need to get some files from one machine to bring to the server. And yes, that is one of the tools that we are going to use. Perfect. So we did that one. And also we talk about CDs. So let me just remind it one more time. I want to go back to my home or to my alpha. What I can do is I will say CD space dot dot, and I will come back. So let me list one more time. I will go, let me go to info, CD info. I am in info. Let me list it. Nothing here. I wanted to explain you something about, let me see the items. See the items. But items is here, why it's not working? Okay, that is fine. So I will come back to that one because we have two different CDs. So one of them is CD dot dot, and another one is just a CD. So I will explain it just in a second. So what is the difference between these two CDs? Perfect. So we learned how to make them. So that is the CD and so on and so on and so on. So what about cat? So that is the cat. I having hard time to read it. Concatenate. So whatever. I apologize, guys. So we have another command that says cat, and let me explain what is that. Before diving to this one, let me explain it in the Windows because we are going to use that one too as well. So let's imagine that is my folder test, and inside the test, I have another file. Let me just open that file. I will make it like a simple test. Let me just call it new. Okay, and let me open, and I will say welcome to my page, and I will close it. Okay, basically what I did it, I made my new folder. Inside the folder, I have one file that is just text file. If I click on that one, I have some information inside. So how can I read it without doing the GUI? Imagine that I'm in my server and I want to get inside and see what is here. So basically what I need to do is I am on my Windows command. So I will say CD desktop. I need to go to my desktop first. And after that, let me see what I have. I have my folder test. Here it is. That is my folder. Now I will say CD test. So, and inside that CD test, let me just see the directory again. And it says that inside the test folder, I have only one file, which is new txt. If I type new txt, just pay attention what is going on now. If I click on that one, ba-bombs. So it is opening me that file. So without going and doing like the clicking and using GUI, I'm just doing my comments on my command line. So how we can do that in my Linux? In the Linux, it's a little bit different. So the Linux says that, hey, I will not open that txt file to you, but I can read what is inside and bring that information here. I think that is much more cool. So let me just go to CD. Let me clear it. So just to bring, so now I have a blank. Let me list it. So you see, guys, I have a couple folders here, and also I have welcome txt. I'm wondering what is that welcome txt, and I want to read it. So what I can say that I will say the cat, which stands for, it's very hard for me, concatenate, so whatever that. So I will say that, hey, cat and welcome txt. So I'm telling my window Linux, hey, can you please look inside what is in the welcome? So let me just enter, and it says that, hey, they have only one information, and that was inside that welcome txt. So did you get the difference? Here in the Windows, it's just opening me the txt file, but here in the Linux, it just read and brings to me what is in that file. It saves time. It saves like energy, and it's more efficiently. But honestly, okay, you agree, guys, it's a little bit boring because I don't see those colorful, like fancy stuffs and so on and so on. Perfect. So we did all of them. Let's move on. There's a couple more left, and we will see what we have. I will skip those files and so on. Now, how can I make a new folder in the Linux? Do you remember that we made a new folder here, test? So let me just clean it on my Windows. In order to make a direction, or in order to make a new folder, I will say MD, and let me call it AAA. You see? So MD stands for make directory AAA. You see the AAA is not here. So if I click the enter, whenever I change my mouse, come on. Okay, let me just delete it. So MDAAA, and now, oh, it made the AAA inside the task. So if I go to inside the task, they made a new directory. Perfect. So how can I make that in the Linux? So before that, let me see what is inside. Perfect. That is inside. Now, to make a new directory, I will say mkdir. So it's a little bit longer. So MK stands for make, and DIR stands for directory. And so, for example, let me call it AAA. You see? So my directory is created. And now I can say, can you list it for me? And you see my AAA is done. Perfect. So I can do my AAA directory like that one. Perfect. And now we have another exercise. By the way, you will be doing that one as well. So I need to make these three directories: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Inside the dinner, inside the breakfast, I need to make it two different directories as well. So hot and cold. Inside the lunch, I need to make a school. And inside the dinner, I need to make these three. Let me do very fast, because we are going to use them, like how to delete them, how to change those stuffs as well. So let me do very fast. I will say make directory breakfast. Did I spell? Ugh, my eyes. Okay, make directory lunch, and after that, make directory dinner. So see, so I'm done with all of them. Let me just list them. So I see my lunch, I see my dinner, I see my breakfast. Perfect. So inside the breakfast, let me do just one of them. Or yes, I will do one of them, but you will see it's easy. So inside the breakfast, I need to make it two different directories, which is hot and cold. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I need to go inside my breakfast. So in order to go in, I will say CD stands for change directory, and breakfast. Let me just clear, so you can see my clear stuff. Let me list it. Before doing something, I would just want to list it. You see, that means nothing inside. I will say make directory hot and make directory cold. And let me list it. So if I list it, I have two directories now. Perfect. That is good. So you will do all of them, and you will take a snapshots. Now I need to move my files Imagine that we have a breakfast and we have a lunch. What I can do is I can move, I can take a copy, lunch, and put on the breakfast. But keep in mind that imagine that you want to move your breakfast to something else which does not exist. So, but whenever you use the move, so for example, let me see, let me go back to main. Let me list it. So for example, I have AAA. I want to move my AAA file to the BBB. But the BBB is not exist. What we can do is we need to create it, and after that move, but if it's not created, it will do automatically for you. So I can say move my AAA to BBB. You see MV and so on and so on and so on. If you click that, bam, it's done. So let me just list it. You see, it's now instead of AAA, it's BBB. Actually, it saves our time because instead of saying that rename my file or folder, so they didn't put it, they just say move. So if you already have your existed, I'm just summarizing. So let me call it X and Y. Imagine that you have X folder and you have a Y folder and you want to move everything from here to here, you can say the move. So it is going to move. If the Y is not exist, you will say that, hey, move X to Y, which is not exist. So it is going to create one and move it here. You see? So that is cool. That means if you want to rename it, you need to use the move as well. So yeah, that is perfect. And also, let me just do, yes, guys. Yeah. So listing these stuffs, moving directions. So I can move my file from this one to that one, you see? So they are using MV and so on and so on and so on. And let me just use the copy. The copy stands for the CP. I'm like a CP stands for the copy. So you can copy exactly file to something else. So let me just use it here. I will say copy BBB to CCC. Oops. By the way, I don't write. I don't need to write this to CCC. So it will keep a BBB and it will make a copy to CCC. So let me just list it one more time. So right now I am on my BBB, CD, list. Perfect. So I have my BBB, and inside that BBB, I have a CCC. Okay. So CP stands for copies and so on and so on and so on. And after that, if you want to delete something, you need to use RM. And this is, I think, the last one. I apologize, guys. I made it long, but I do hope you see and understand what I mean. So let me clear my stuff again so we can see the clear. I will list. Let me go to the templates. I will see the templates. Oops. So right now I'm in the templates. Let me list what have I in the templates. I have a new and I have old. Those are the files because it's white. I want to delete new, and in order to delete what I can use it RM. The RM stands for remove. So if I say RM old, you see, and let me list it one more time, the old is not here anymore. Perfect. And if you want to make a shortcut, so for example, I am on my list on my home, what I want to do is I want to go to my templates, and inside the templates I want to delete the new. So what you need to do is you need to say cd templates, and inside the cd templates rm new and so on and so on. But the shortcut is I will say rm, which is remove from the templates, remove the new. You see, I'm using my slash, like forward slash. So that means remove from the templates new. If I clicked on that one, oops, it's not in the directory. I said the template, I misspelled. So RM templates. You see, I put the S and new. So right now it's deleted. If I say, can you list the templates for me? It says nothing inside. All of them was removed. And that is removing. And also you can remove the directory. The RM, it stands for remove the file only, but RM dir, it says like delete all the folder and so on and so on. Yes, guys, I do hope it was not that much confusing. You have now idea. You don't have to memorize all of them as of now, but at least you have idea what is the command prompt is stands for. So using like in some commands, some coding stuff, you can manipulate with the folders. You can change it, you can delete it, you can create it, you can move it, you can copy it, and so on and so on and so on. And that is for today. What I'm going to do is, what you need to do, you need to take the snapshot of the following step. It's a 5, 7, 8, 11, 20, 21, 24, and 31. It's not that much, but please do so. And guys, can I ask you a favor? I know that some of you are taking the screenshot with a cell phone and it's not clear. I cannot see exactly what is going on because the angle is different, it's reflecting. Please figure out how to take the snapshot on your device. I do believe you're either using the MacBook or Windows or Chromebook. So there's only three operations of that. So see how you can take a snapshot on the computers, not using the cell phone, because the resolution is very bad. I'm having hard time to see what you did. And also, guys, do not forget to include your name. If your name is not included, guys, unfortunately, I need to cut some points. Okay. So let me go ahead. I will publish it here, and that's it. I will pause the recording.